this Spencer Tiger girls soccer game as the Tigers host the Spirit Lake Indians for tonight's Class 2A Region 2 Sub-State Semifinal. And it's the Spencer Tigers in the home white uniforms on the front foot early. Mark Magnuson joined by Tom Van Tassel, and a chance right off the bat, Tom.
That was Darian Helly getting the ball wide left to bring it across to the front of the goal to Katie Mason. Flipped it over the top. Carly Fletcher standing heels on the line. And a good outlet pass to Katie Mason.
This could be a potential goal-scoring opportunity for the Tigers. Mason whips in the ball. Good defending in the end by the Indians. Sultan will bring it forward, strikes it with the left, and Morgan Wolf over to cover, but that was warning signs for the Indians' defense as the Tigers really opened up the Spirit Lake back line.
Good play starting out from the back to find that space. Youngdahl laying it out to Fletcher, who was, like I said, heels on the line. When you tell your players to get wide, that's as wide as you can get. And used to say, want to see the chalk dust on your shoes. Well, now it's paint. But played that ball right out into space for Katie Mason. Keeper can't run out and get it. Unfortunately, I think Helly had been coming back toward the ball, so couldn't turn it and win the race to the ball.
Sydney Sultan chipped it into the box. Now it's out to Izzy Glover on the deflection. And Morgan Wolf will come across to claim the ball. Wolf, the sophomore, in goal tonight, with a good punt past midfield on the bounce. Overberg attacked it. His first to it for Spencer. Now Hasket Zeldon.
Look for one of them. Couldn't get it across. Kim was trying to come back to her left foot.
Sydney Sultan, or I should say Izzy Glover, read that play well. Overberg picks out Fletcher, who's providing some nice width, Tom.
She sure is. And that is a great ball looking for Cauldron over the top, and it gets there.
Helly got to it, takes the shot, and Wolf takes the sting out of it and then catches it on the second attempt.
Good ball from Carly Fletcher.
Already the third shot on target by the Tigers here. Didn't get a chance to run down the full Spirit Lake lineup. We'll let this play out first. Glover to Mason. Back to Mason, and the ball sent in will go out for another goal kick. But as I mentioned earlier, Morgan Wolf in goal for the Indians. Also starting tonight, Caitlin Eckerman, Carter Hassel, Abby Horseman, Katie Brevik, Hesket Zeldon, Kayla Herrick, Bailey Lovell, Caitlin Roberts, Allie Whiting, and Zeta Elbatari.
Sultan to Mason to Cauldron. Off the crossbar.
Still alive. Not cleared by the Indians. Played back to Cauldron.
Darian Helly won it back. Played it to the penalty spot. Cauldron jumped on it, but put it over the top.
And not to be too critical, but on that play, you saw Emily kind of get down on herself, and she was frustrated that didn't go in, and then we saw the second chance come right back to her, and granted she was in position to get there, but you saw her hang her head a little bit.
Substitution with the Tigers, Katie Mason takes a break, and Kim Chabonneau returns to the game, so she'll join the front line. Looks like she'll start by playing in the middle of that front line, and Emily's going to move over to the right. But the three of them up front, as we say also in the boys game, don't necessarily stay on those sides. They'll be fluid across the front. If the ball, one in possession of the ball can dribble at the middle, they have to come and stop you. If they don't, you keep going. And if they do, you hope that you've forced them to open up some passing lanes.
Tried to chip the ball into the box. Now Chabonneau. Her shot deflected.
I think that was a pass for Emily all the way.
Miss-hit clearance. And Tom, do you notice, at least in the last few minutes, I'm not sure.
Stepping over the ball. Yes, she was pushed, huh?
I'm not sure if this has been this way the whole game or not, but Zeldon is marking Kim Chabonneau everywhere she goes, all over the field.
That was not so in the beginning when Kim was playing wide. She's left-footed, and she'll drive this ball right out in front of Darian Helly.
All the way through, and
almost. If that at least bit a bobble on it, Darian and Emily were there.
You saw Kim when she landed on the ball, landed all right now, runs it off.
There's a good ball to feed.
Helly drags it around the defender. Goes for goal. Hit to the air. Cauldron was there, but in the end, a nice job by Morgan Wolf.
Good pass to feet. And Darian, I think, knows that that space behind the defender who's marking her, she can put the ball there and win a race to that ball. Mentally tough and focused and to get your game touches in. Here we go.
Tigers needing to defend, in the shot off the post by Katie Brevik.
And to the top of the net. With 14 minutes to go, that was dangerous. Well done by Spirit Lake.
And as well as the Tigers have attacked here in the first half, Tom, we've seen now 2 great chances by the Indians at their end.
They've won some battles in there in the attacking third. Ashley Overberg appears to be limping a little bit off her left hip.
That was moments after you talked about being mentally focused as well. Spencer now just with a long ball to try and clear. Instead, it takes a bounce almost in favor of Darian Helly. Chabonneau plays it long. Mason tried to look like chip under that ball and chip the keeper possibly, but catch at the near post.
If the ball hadn't gone out of bounds, which is Mason on the wing.
Katie measures things, now drives towards the end line and wins the corner kick. Second corner of the match for Spencer. Both teams now, if we think about it, have hit, Tigers hit the crossbar, the Indians have hit the post. Mason's ball. Helly controls it, shoots.
That's a good shot.
And unfortunately for her, right at the keeper.
I really thought that was going to loop over her head, but keeper read it well.
If that's to either corner, that would have been very difficult for Wolf to get to. Just in front of the corner flag.
Mark, that's the first time in a while we've seen the ball at Sydney's feet.
Ashley Overberg steps up to play the ball. Sydney tried to take it on the turn, but right there for Spirit Lake was Abby Horseman.
And Spirit Lake, back 6 really, is playing a pretty tight game like that. And I think people need to talk to Sydney and let her know there's somebody on her back. So rather than trying to make that spin move into the defender, she can play with her back to goal, set it up, take a look either way.
Out to midfield by the Indians. And Taylor Weimers for Spencer. We'll track this down and control it. Keeps it in and finds McGuire on the touchline. 4-on-4. But the early cross is picked out by Morgan Wolf.
Good play by Wolf, come off there. If she doesn't come off her line, that's trouble.
.5:45 remaining in the first half. 0-0 the scoreline. Coming forward with the ball. Spencer defending now. The layoff to Zeladon. Overberg slides in. Zeladon around her. Around the second defender, and Macy Keeler makes the save at the near post.
Good positioning by Macy.
Tom, that was a great individual effort by Zeladon. Very patient.
It was. If she'd have chosen to go wide left on the ground, I think it'd been in.
Cauldron now fighting amongst 3 Indians players. Sultan puts this into space for Cauldron to chase after.
And that'll be a corner.
Tigers' 3rd corner of the match.
Sydney Sultan's going to chase this down and bring it in with 4:40-ish or so remaining.
Carly Fletcher to re-enter the game for Spencer.
She's coming in at the left mid spot where Taylor McGuire has been.
So Fletcher back in for Spencer, immediately into the action, plays the ball through.
My goodness, this ball's bouncing all over the place. Get this ball on the ground. There we go.
Mason steps up, tried the long shot, it looked like.
And you can see it. See how compact and central the defense is for Spirit Lake. The space is wide.
Good take by Chabonneau, gets it to Mason.
And she had Gracie wide right.
That was a lot of bodies to get the shot through, and she somehow did.
Big bounce.
Back again.
Weimers to Fletcher. Touches it on for Mason.
Caitlin Eckerman came over for the Indians. Celadon couldn't get past Sultan.
Keep coming, Sydney. Keep coming.
Dribbles past another
And
player.
there it is. Well done.
In the end, it took an individual effort, but Sydney Sultan dribbled around 2 or 3 Indians players.